Countdown for Comic-Con begins. Welcome to Project Mojo Jojo. I want to get started on making Mojo Jojo's helmet. It's one of the only parts of the cosplay that I'm making from scratch. Everything else I pretty much upcycled. So I want to enjoy the crafting process, but also make sure it looks good. I am the type of person that likes writing everything out by hand. Exhibit A. However, last Comic-Con I found out about this really cool app called CosPlanner, and I've been using that along with my notepad to track all of my cosplay progress. I don't know if it's a neurodivergent thing, but I really enjoy making lists, and then I like making lists of my lists, so I find this app really useful to keep track of where I'm at with my cosplay. I also keep all my process pictures in there so I know how far along I am. Okay, so for the beginning of Mojo Jojo's hat, I made a paper template, just using some scrap pieces of paper I had together. These are for the purple stripes that are going to go on the helmet that I'm going to cut out of foam. To try and keep it symmetrical, I just folded the paper in half and cut out two sides at once. Made sure it fit around the bucket, and then I had my template that I could transfer onto foam to cut out. Remember, we're making this cosplay on a budget, so I'm using what I had at hand. It meant I had to use my scrap pieces of foam to cut out these purple stripes. Now, I went into this thinking I had a lot more foam than I did, so I had to get creative here, which is why you can see some bits kind of cut out in jigsaw pieces, but we got the job done. Also, everything's getting covered in glitter anyway, so it doesn't really matter. For the base of the hat, we're going to prime it with gesso. I don't know if this will make a difference, but I had it at hand and thought I'd use it just in case. I also marked out where I'm going to cut out the brain spillage in the helmet, just to kind of give me a little guideline. Speaking about brains, I bought this brain mold off of Amazon and had some foam clay to hand. So I put the silicone mold into the bucket just to get an idea of how much of the brain mold I would need to fill in, and then use the foam clay in the mold to create a base for my brain. You can also do this with liquid latex and cotton balls, but since I had it laying around, I thought I would just try out. Luckily, it worked amazingly. While I was at it, I also made the gems for Mojo Jojo. You could definitely just buy these to make life easier for yourself, but since I like a struggle and also wanted to test out a new technique that I discovered, I decided to make them from foam clay and create my own gems. I also cut out the buckle that I'm gonna make for his belt. I used a little bit of foam clay around the edges just to neaten them up. The foam clay needs to dry out for 24 hours, so I'll be back with part 2 where we get to painting.